Hello everybody, my name is Kenneth and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be checking out a new band slash artist on the channel, Cup of Joe. My friend introduced me to the band through the song Nag Isang Muli. I watched the Cozy Cove performance of that, and then after that, before I took my unintentional reaction break, I went to the Cup of Joe YouTube channel and just went to like, what's the most popular video? What's the most popular song? As a kind of diving in point. And I think the top one was the lyric video for this. But then I noticed that there was a music video, so I added it to my watch later with the intention of reacting to it. So that's what we're going to do today. Pause warning before we get into this. I am a pauser. If that's not for you, that's totally okay. But this is your pause warning. Without any further ado, let's get right into it. It's very eerie. It's very blue. Oh, we're getting color. Okay. No sound either. Okay, I didn't. I was just checking. Oh, no, okay, there we go. I was trying to pause, but it wouldn't do the thing. Sorry, what was that? Directed by Chris Kazin. Multo is disembodied soul or ghost. Okay. Is he the ghost? Because she's been in this the whole time, but he disappeared. I'm assuming that's what that is. What's happening? And she was maybe dreaming of him. And then she woke up and wasn't there. This song, like audio, like sonically, sounds so upbeat. Like, obviously I don't know what the lyrics are. I do have a lyric page that I'll look at in a moment. But like sonically, this doesn't sound too sad, but then like the visuals are really sad. They're a very young couple. That was nice. The way that like they're the when that melody came in there, the way that like the accompaniment changed, and it was almost like a ripple effect. Like when it got to the it was almost like the music rippled in response, and like almost like it became hollow, like something was missing. And she's taking all the pictures down. Wait, is she taking them down? Or is she putting them up? I'm confused. But then they're there. That's what's okay. So, is anyone else confused? She was taking them down. And then they came back. Oh, so like a ghost, I guess. Like they're lingering, like she's trying to move on, but like something's keeping her from doing so. Like literally, in this case, the house is keeping her from moving on. Interesting. I wonder as well, because obviously in the beginning, like everything looked like it was just cellophaned and things, like it just been brought in. Is the house like frozen in time, like to that day? Did maybe the person died or went away. I'm using died because obviously ghosts, but like maybe they went away uh on that day. They just moved in and then something happened, and then like the house is like it eternally like stuck like this now. That was a nice little riff. I like that. Interesting. So she got given the flowers, and the flowers are still there. Did they wither or anything, or is that how they stay? I want to see. Lou. Oh, you can't really see him. Wait. Yes. Ah. So she kept the whole. So it looks like she kept the bouquet from whenever maybe they got married. Um. Wait, that probably would be what it is. The wedding bouquet, and then like it's withered away, but she's still keeping it. Oh wait, no, go back. Everything's moving so fast. I can't read what that word says. It looks like AF, and then I can't. Nope. No, okay, that didn't help. But it's something anniversary. And saying it. Okay, this is so interesting. Like you look at like the way that the house is portrayed, and it's so completely different. Like right now, it's so full of life, so full of color, so full of happiness, and then like especially now, in these scenes that's just passed, when it's moving back to her, it's almost when I was seeing here, it's almost giving like macabre horror esque, and I think where was it? Yeah, here, the flickering, it's almost giving like chaos. Um, and it's like nothing. I don't know, like nothing's working out. It's so interesting. Yeah, it's so interesting the way that it's like intentionally judgery in those scenes where she's on her own, and then these ones where she's with her partner, they're going by quickly in the same way that the others are quite are judgery, but it's like it's different, like a different. It feels different. The way that the music changed there, I was like, "Oh, is the video over?" Interesting. I'm really gripped. Now, okay. Okay. Before I forget the thought, the way it was angled, I was wondering, because obviously Multo Ghost, I was wondering if he'd be able to cross, because obviously she left the property. I was wondering if he would be able to, and so when he did, um, I wonder if he moved on. Because obviously, if he wasn't able to, I was gonna say like, oh, maybe his spirit's trapped. Um, but no, I guess when she moved on, he was able to. Maybe. It's so interesting. It's so eerie. Especially with that single red line. Especially because it's still a thing up still. Okay. That was very good. That was very interesting. Okay, so I'm assuming maybe like, because we saw in the beginning the obviously she was sat on the couch and it was all cellophaned up. But yeah, we see her unpacking with her partner. We see her unpacking it. So it's all so it's almost like when he died, left. I'm gonna assume literally died. But obviously keep the other interpretations open until I read the lyrics. It's almost like she's tried to move away before. So that's why everything's packed up, everything's ready to go. But his spirit, his presence has kept her there for a long time. And then obviously at the end, she's finally able to find the strength, because he's even like, as she's packing her things up, he's taking them out. And it was kind of it's very haunting, like, because he went from this really emotion filled face and happy face to he was just kind of there, and it was almost like a routine. And it's interesting as well with, like, when you look at when he makes her the cup of tea, and the cup of tea, you know, it pans to her and the colors change and her mood changes, and then pans back down and the tea's been there for a while. It's almost like time's moved on, but also time has stayed still. As she's been stuck there, I guess trying to find the strength to leave. I'm gonna bring up the lyrics right now. So the first verse: take a deep breath, close my eyes for now, and maybe I'm just seeing things. Why be troubled? Aren't I alone? Thought I was at peace, but your voice still calls to me. So yeah, the idea of 7 stages of grief. You think you've gotten to the stage of accepting that they're gone, then something reminds you. You know, maybe obviously we didn't see it in the music video, but maybe before, like, because obviously they omitted the scene, but maybe when she picked them up, she was taken back, picked up the flowers, she was taken back to when she was handed them. Same as the tea and things like that. It might even be that, like, she made the cup of tea herself, and then, you know, and then maybe the way she put it down made her think of that kind of thing. Why be troubled? Aren't I alone? There's almost a sense there that something's happened in the storyline since, you know, if we say, like, the beginning was the happy times, and then the person passed away, and then we have, like, the present day, and somewhere between that, something's happened. Maybe, like, she couldn't afford to stay there anymore, and so stuff like that, maybe. And then maybe, yes, because of this ghost and all of these memories, she's just been like making excuses of why she can't move on. Yeah, when he was stood in the doorway, when it says there about maybe I'm just saying things, obviously this is the first verse, but when he was stood in the doorway and she ran to him, I half expected her to run to him and try to put her arms around him, and then he'd not be there. So I was very surprised at that. I already buried everything. I already covered my wounds, but why is it still here? I'm struggling to understand. So she's obviously, she's been to the funeral. She's said her goodbyes. But the house is still there. The house is still there. All the furniture, all the balloons, all this, you know, the part of the sign, all of that is still there. And so that's the physical of that, I guess, thought process, because obviously it's a metaphor for her, I guess, her thought process of still being tied to him. My only prayer is for you to leave me alone, because in every glance I still see your face. Wherever I go, your shadow clings to my hand. I'm being slowly buried alive. Oh. The minute I read that, I'm being slowly buried alive, I just imagined, like, an image of her sat on the sofa, but rather than being sat on top of it as she was in the beginning of the music video, her her still being sad as she was, but the cellophane being on top of her in that way. Obviously, that wasn't in the music video, but that's just what I would visualize. Yeah, obviously she's seeing him in everything she does, whether, you know, sleeping with him even though he's not there, dancing by the fridge. I think it was the fridge. Um, seeing him in the doorway. Even seeing him, I guess, when she's fighting to leave and she's trying to pack her things. I can no longer be free. You haunt me every night. Even when nothing is seen, your touches still feel in the dark. I'm no longer dreaming. I can't wake up. Please turn on the lights. I'm being hunted by my own feelings, by my own feelings. Haunted, not hunted, sorry. Yeah, so that's the importance, I guess, of dark and light in the music video. Which is ironic because in the music video, when she turns on the light, especially earlier on in the music video, it's when she turns on the light that she sees him. Whereas obviously up until the end, where it becomes night. Interesting. Won't you ever leave me? Haven't you made me suffer enough by my own feelings? Will I never find peace? Will I never find peace? That's heartbreaking because, like, if someone has died, obviously in most cases, it's not the person who's died's fault that they have passed on. Obviously, there are exceptions to that rule, but in general. But it's interesting there, like, the way that that's written, at least on this translation, the haven't you made me suffer enough, and then in brackets, by my own feelings. It's this thing of she's blaming the ghost, and then internally she's blaming herself. And so it becomes this, she's not asking the ghost, will she find peace? She's asking herself. She's like, it's almost like to her brain, her mind, like, will you calm down? Will you allow me to move on? You know, put that somewhere else for a time and let me move on. Chorus is the same. Post chorus, won't you ever leave me? You want me every night? Nothing to see in my life. Interesting. Here at the final post chorus, because obviously the chorus is the same there. There's even more voices. There's to be free. You haunt me every night, even when nothing is seen. Your touch I still feel in the dark. And so this, I'm just thinking again as well about that earlier sequence where you had the lightning kind of when she's alone and the camera is really like framey and stuttery, compared with like the memories of them together being more fluid and things like that, because it's like every time those memories end, it's back to that. It's constant back and forth, especially when, as again with your touch I still feel in the dark, when she's trying to again pack her things up and he's pulling them out and he's interacting with the world, but yeah, he's not a part of it. But I think what that actually is that's her. She's imagining him, but it's her mind pulling the clothes out, like, I'll stay one more night. No, I shouldn't stay one more night. You know, and that kind of internal battle. And then there, will I ever find peace? She stands at the foot of the door, the foot of the house. She looks at it. She sees the horror that it's become. You know, it's very red. It's like in some cultures, obviously, red is a sign of luck, but in this case, it's very much a sign of something to get away from, something evil, but evil in the sense of she's being betrayed by her own. She's being betrayed by her own mind. And then obviously the final line, "Will I ever find peace?" Again goes back to kind of what I was saying about how, like, about ghosts, like will he follow her, will he move on? And I feel like that you could interpret both ways, because there's, you know, there's some types of ghosts that they remain fixed to a place. There's some types of ghosts, you know, that have and spirits that have unfinished business, and so maybe he'll be trapped there until she does something for him or something like that. Or alternatively, because obviously he leaves at the end, maybe it is just that that moment that when she leaves, he is able to move on. Especially as well, that double meaning there of peace. Peace from her mind, but for him as a spirit, like his peace, his ability to move on. And especially if you believe in obviously earlier in the song Mountain Prayer, if you are religious, if you have a belief system like that, you want them to be able to move on. That was a really beautiful song. I love the music video. The music video is so simple. Like when you look at how this is shot, it's two characters, sometimes for the most part, even just one character. It's one setting, the house, exterior and interior, but it's one setting. The lighting is very simple. You know, you've got assumedly like the exterior lights for the lightning and the sun. Sun. Maybe they did film in the daytime, but for some sequences, no, I think they did. But like, but then the use of the camera tricks to create transitions. You know, again from the teacup to her, back to the teacup. The bed when she rolls over, when they're by the fridge. See if I can. It's too far. There by the fridge. I think it's a fridge. Looks like a fridge. And they're dancing. It's so simple, but it's so beautiful. And I think the simplicity of the music video really kind of reveals the simplicity of the message of the song, and more than that, the relatability of the song. Like I feel like a lot of people who listen to this, they will either know someone who has gone through this, or they have gone through this themselves. And again, like I said earlier, there is that element of it's you and your mind, that where your mind plays tricks on you. You see things that aren't there because you want to see them, because you want that person back. And I think that's just something that lots of people will be able to relate to. The use of the single setting as well, it really makes you think of, like, for me anyway, it makes you think of like a mind palace. And so she is literally trapped inside her own mind, as much as she is trapped in these memories, and things like that. Yeah, I feel like this, and I did see that the screenplay was made by the members of Cup of Joe, but just the way that this translates on screen, it's really, really interesting. It's so, again, it's for me, it's the simplicity of it all. Like, there's no Hollywood VFX, there's no CGI, there's no big explosions, or anything like that. It's intimate, it's intentional, and it's simple. it's again, it's that word, it's simple. Yeah, I mean, I'm really impressed with this. And again, like, if I wasn't listening to this, if I wasn't watching this, sorry, as I was listening to this, and I didn't then look up the lyrics afterwards, this is one of those songs that's very clever in that it doesn't, if you don't know what's being sung about, it doesn't entirely betray that meaning. So you can just listen to it, but it's only when you read the lyrics, or if you understand, I said the lyrics, read the translation in my case, but or understand the lyrics, that the full meaning hits you. And I think that's the other thing about this that makes this really clever. Again, with the simplicity of this, the music video. Sorry, I was trying to scroll back. The music video tells you what's going on. Like, again, there's no captions on this. So like, for instance, international viewers that don't look up translations, they don't know what's being said. But you're told, and it's not like a signpost that's like, he's a ghost, or be sad at this point, or be affected by this. It's just, this is the scene. It unfolds and you understand. And I love that because, again, music as a thing, as a concept, and art as a concept, like, you don't need to speak the language. You don't need to understand every word to be able to follow along. Obviously, having the translation there, like, I was able to join the dots, but I was still able to follow along, and I really, really like that. And I feel like, as selfish as it would be to be like, I want subtitles, I feel like it's almost it might not be intentional, and here's, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but it almost feels like a decision, an intentional decision by Cup of Joe to kind of be like, this speaks for itself, which I think is really impressive. Yeah. Yeah. I just saw the description. It says this single is definitely a different. I don't know if it's from the actual thing because I downloaded this rather than just watched it on the watch page. But it says this single is definitely a different one from their previous releases that will most likely have their listeners crave for something more from them. And I definitely feel that way. I definitely feel that way from watching this. Just, I don't know. It's the whole package. It's like, yes, it's a good song. It's it's an easy listen to, um, an easy listening song. Um, but the visuals, the story, um, it's multifaceted, and I really, really, really appreciate that. Um, Shout out to Elijah Canlas and Miles Ocampo. I'm probably butchering those names, and I'm so sorry, for their performances in this. What a beautiful video. What a really, really beautiful video. Um, yeah, I think that's all I have to say, um, about this. Um, yeah, I think this is all I have to say about this. But thank you guys so much for watching. And yeah, let me know what your thoughts were. If I missed anything, please feel free to let me know. And feel free to let me know anything else you feel like I need to know, going forward, and what I should check out next. Because like I said, when I chose this, it was literally, I just went to the channel. It was like popular, like I clicked the popular tab, and I was like, okay, this lyric video is the first one on the list. There's a music video, click, kind of thing. Add to watch later. So yeah, but yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I really, really enjoyed this. And I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys. Bye.